Likes being you.
Thanks, bud. Alright guys, Monday morning. I'm just gonna finish up prepping this for some paint and then make sure everything looks good and go over it for pinholes. And I think we're gonna mask for the white stripes. We're gonna paint the whole hood white, the whole trunk white, and then maybe the tops of these quarters, because we gotta paint this back strip up here too, so this all has to go white. We're just trying to figure out what the best way to do that is, because we want to paint our white and clear it, and then we're going to paint our blue and clear that all together. Lots of people when painting two-tone like to spray the one color of the base coat first, mask off, spray the second color of base coat, and then clear all together. You do get less of a ridge that way, however you risk the opportunity for way more bleed throughs. It's a little bit trickier to do it that way. We have better luck putting a layer of clear coat over it and then masking. Just you don't risk the opportunity for bleed through. So that's probably how we're gonna go about this, but I just got the back of the quarters, or well, just the quarters to do on each side. And then I gotta go over everything, make sure edges are good, no pinholes, that jazz, and then we're gonna mask. And then Blair is over here working on Mike's next project, dealing with the damage here on the front corner. Oops. Got some structural damage here in this car.
Not
a little bit. Yeah, not so subtle. There is a hole in the frame, or well, what do you call this thing? It's not a frame on these because it's a unibody.
Well, yeah, it's a unibody frame. Frame's part of the body.
Well, technically unibodies don't have frames. A frame horn?
No, it wouldn't be. It's a frame rail.
Frame rail, there you go. Yeah.
There we go.
I was trying to look for the term. Anyways, it's damaged there, it's damaged up in here.
Huh.
On this front. I'm not correcting you, I was just trying to find the right term. And then you see the frame rail's got a little bit of a bend right there too. Blair's fighting with that and has left me to sand. And GTO got painted on Friday or Thursday, anyways. Well, that side hasn't been done, but Mike painted all underneath the floor and the frame so we can get these connected and epoxy the rest of the body. I don't know if that's gonna be me or Blair. What province is Mike in now?
He's an hour west of Sioux Lookout.
He's an hour west of Sioux Lookout. So, he's still on the train. Yeah, I'm just gonna set you guys up on a time lapse. I'm gonna finish the back of these two quarters. I'm gonna start masking for paint. Get this project on the go. Alright guys, so we're back at it today. Yesterday I went around the whole car. I sanded the rest of my spot primer. It's all in 400. I ended up going over all of the panels in 400 just to make sure that there's no sand scratches. And Mike was doing some mechanical work on this car, so going over everything and making sure that I didn't scratch it, putting it together, and there was a few little gouges. But while I was doing so, I marked all my pinholes with some yellow tape. I'm going to go around, fill all my pinholes, and then sand them. And then that's basically this ready for paint. I am debating, I might prime the top of the hood again. I'm on the fence about it, but I'm probably just gonna end up doing it anyway, because might as well. Just really want to make sure that that body line on the front of the hood is spot on and looks really good, because the hood is like one of the most important pieces that you look at. So I'll probably end up priming it again, or well, priming it, because I did spot prime it. I should have spot primed it, but anyways, I might do that. Still uncertain, but I'm gonna see how far I get today. If I have time at the end of the day, I'm probably gonna prime the hood. Well, at least the center section of the hood. Anyways, I'm gonna get on this, get this all finished and wrapped up as far as we can get it before Mike gets back. But yeah, I'm gonna throw you guys on time lapse because this is not very exciting stuff. Alright guys, car is all masked up. I masked it up yesterday. Our paint got here this morning. Just a bright Chevy white. Didn't paint the whole head. I messed up my masking on the back and didn't mask it exactly how I wanted it, but it's still gonna be good. I'm just gonna have a little bit longer of a ridge to sand out. But anyways, that's all gonna be good. Everything's masked off. I'm just gonna go through and check all my tape and make sure that it's all still stuck down, and then we're gonna blow out the booth, wipe the panels down, and get to spraying some white. And then I got some projects I need to go check out, so. Yeah, there's one for you guys on time lapse so I clean this out and get mixing on some paint.
A few moments later.
Alright, good morning everybody. Paint actually looks really good. I don't know why I say that every time. Paint always looks good. Anyways, paint turned out good. White covered nicely. I'm gonna just unmask this car and I'm gonna sand down all the clear with 800 because we're gonna paint blue over top and re-clear. So I'm going to go over all the panels with 800 grit, well just the ones I painted, so the hood and this, and I have to feather out my edge here. Alright guys, I was going to paint this line here, decided against it, mostly because I started masking it up the wrong way, and then I was like, wow, actually this will work out fine, because the stripes start here, so I've got like a foot of space where I can blend out that clear line. But yeah, so that's what's on the agenda today. It's just hit this with 800, and then I don't know, maybe I'll go help Blair. Kind of feel like I'm gonna go over this car again and check for pinholes. When I went to go spray white on the trunk, I'm actually at this point almost certain that it might have been fisheyes, but this back edge, there was a bunch of things that looked like pinholes after my second coat of white, and it wasn't in the sealer of the first coat. But Blair also was working, and these bay doors don't keep out a lot of the contamination, so, and this is right at the back of the booth, so I kind of think that it was fisheyes, but I was able to mist them in and cover up the holes, and you can't tell that there was any little mishap there, so I'm happy with how that turned out. But I'm almost certain that they were fisheyes, but in case they were pinholes, I want to make sure that I go over this car extra well and find any remaining pinholes, and probably wipe this car down again with wax and grease just to make sure that there's no contamination anywhere else. But yeah, so that's on the agenda today, and then I gotta pack up another 100 t-shirts for Mike and figure out where to send them, so I'm gonna put you guys on time lapse. And we'll lay on that. Alright, so we're getting on sand in this hood. I'm going to be using 800 dry. This is in a sheet. I like to make this sheet a little bit smaller to work with. So I just fold it in half. Crease it one way. Make sure you use like the edge of your thumbnails, like get that crease really sharp. Flip it the other way and I do the same thing. Now, just write it on that line, makes a semi-curve line. And then all I do is sandpaper side out, and then I just fold it into this little tube until you get kind of all 3 layers even. And then this kind of looks what it looks like. It's got like 3 layers of sandpaper there. And now when I'm using this, I can sand on this side, and then I can flip it like this and use the last side. Going over this hood by hand. And the trunk just to scuff it up for our next layer of paint. This is 800 grit. Lots of times what I'll also do is I'll put a piece of, what is it called, Scotch-Brite, cut a piece to fit, and then I put it in here, and then I kind of have like a soft, squishy pad when I'm doing it as well. Another pro tip is that the Hook It sandpaper actually sticks to Scotch-Brite pads. So if you're going over something by hand and you have the Hook It sandpaper, you can actually stick it just directly to your Scotch-Brite. But I'm gonna try this dry first. And I'm not gonna try to get all the orange peel out or anything. If there's a dust in it, I'm definitely gonna sand out the dust in, but that's it. Just needs to not be shiny. Go very gentle. Make sure that you're very cautious about your edges because those are your most likely point to sand through. Take your time, make sure that you're paying attention. Make sure you're paying attention to the color of the sand that's coming off your sandpaper. But yeah, Blair found the center of the hood piece, and apparently it's not a little metal grate, it's a painted piece. So
It's huge.
they're gonna paint it blue on the inside and white on the top.
Wow, that's a good point, right? Well, you gotta paint the whole thing white first. But I kind of think we would just leave the stripes and do this body color.
Yeah.
But we gotta bolt this in place.
Might need to do body work too.
Well, it's a cast piece. You're right, but I mean, it's cast, so I'm thinking we're gonna be all right. It won't be dented, most likely. I mean, these fins are in beautiful shape.
Yeah.
But we gotta bolt that in, and that's gonna be tough. And at least it's way out in the middle. Oh my word.
On the bright side, you can actually stand and.
Oh yeah, well you could.
I think you could.
You do. Okay. So there's something else you can glass bead, and maybe at the end of the day or sometime we can shoot this in white,
Okay.
and then we'll have to bolt it in. Wow, do we do this up? You gotta have it in the car to mask, don't you? Or we just won't get the stripes right. Wow, it sucks being you.
Thanks, bud.
Oh yeah, okay, there you go.
Glad I turned the GoPro on for that one.
What's that?
I said I'm glad I turned the GoPro on for that
Oh,
one.
it's, oh no! And then you turned it off.
No, I was turning it on so if you didn't know. Alright, so my Scotch-Brite just came in from Lorco. I've already sanded this hood, but didn't take all the orange peel out, just sanded it. Got a lot of the orange peel out, but didn't want to go too far because don't want any burn-throughs. But I'm going to go over everything with the grey Scotch-Brite. This is what you kind of want to be using if you're going to clear over top of it. The red is more aggressive than the grey is less aggressive. So I'm just going to go over all this by hand, make sure that there is 0 shiny spots. Do the same to the trunk. I've already got the trunk sanded as well and sanded up my ridge. Yeah, and then that other vent piece for the hood, I sanded the Bondo for that, and it looks good. I'm going to paint it tomorrow probably, because it's already getting late in the day. But yeah, so I'm going to go over this and then just do my edges, and that'll be done. Alright guys, so all the white's been prepped with 800 and Scotch-Brite. I've got my other little vent thing for the hood is all primed. I just primed a little spot there on my fender. So tomorrow I'll come in, fit that piece in the hood, paint it white, and then we're going to push this out so I can roll plastic underneath the car. And then I'm going to go over everything once more, make sure that there's no pinholes, no imperfections. I feel like there's something else on my agenda tomorrow. But anyway, that's where it's at today. Both of those things are prepped, plus the little hood piece. And we'll see how far we get tomorrow.